interested in simple steps to heal the root cause of your health issues, whether it's anxiety, depression, insomnia, weight gain, hormonal issues, digestive issues, or any difficult to treat condition, welcome to Heal Your Body, Cure Your Mind, where you'll get most of the answers for your health concerns and benefit from the latest techniques in naturopathic medicine, functional medicine, and psychotherapy to heal your mind and body together. As a naturopathic doctor, psychotherapist, and best-selling author, I've also created a free ebook and online course for you at drameet.com. That's drameet.com, where you'll get tons of tips to heal your mind, your body, your emotions, your gut, your liver, inflammation, and other things that go wrong in your body. Without further ado, with lots of love to your beautiful heart, here's your podcast for this week.
Hi, you guys. Welcome back to the Health Junkie, a place where you learn how to turn your passion for health into a profitable online business. Dr. Ameet is with us all the way from Kenya. It's so nice to have you.
Hey, Julia, how are you doing?
Great. So I'm stoked to have you on the show today because you're doing some amazing work where you're connecting the naturopathic space with the mind and body. And what I've really been interested to know is, like, you've been doing some hormonal balance, that you do a lot of work in that space, and how it's connected to what's going on in our body and weight loss. How does that all connect?
Okay.
Big question, I know.
Okay, basically the body's connected to the mind, and the mind, of course, affects your physiology, right? And your emotions. So as a naturopathic doctor, of course, I fix inflammation. So using your diet to heal an imbalance in brain chemicals and liver toxicity and adrenal fatigue, which we'll go into. So using food and nutrition to heal the body so that the brain chemicals come into balance. So you have a clearer mind, better focus, less anxiety and depression, and more balanced hormones. And then as a psychotherapist, I basically help people release emotional pain, change negative belief systems. And so to come out of that subconscious stress response that they're always stuck in, right? So a lot of people have been through some form of trauma in their life, either parents fighting, physical abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, financial stress, moving or being bullied at school, or even a breakup in adulthood. All these things leave scars, emotional scars in our pituitary gland, in our muscle system, in our entire physiology. And even though you think you're over that event, your subconscious actually is still responding to that trauma. Yeah, you have compensated your natural way of living, your natural expression, your authenticity, your freedom, yeah, to cope with that trauma in the past. And that compensation dulls your vibration, your vitality.
Really?
Yeah.
How does it dull it?
Okay. So one is you avoid contact with the outside world. So you're still talking to people, but that open, vulnerable heart is not touching people, right? Because you're so protected and guarded. So that's a dulling of your essence, of your vitality. You're not glowing. So people who are really confident and sure of themselves and really have healed fully, you can tell that they're very present and they're fully available for emotional intimacy. Yeah. So they appear brighter, number one. Number two, how it does it is basically it dampens your body's response to life. So your emotional, your subconscious trauma, your subconscious stress is stimulating your adrenal system. These little glands that sit above your kidneys that produce adrenaline and cortisol in response to stress. These old memories, these old unfinished or unhealed emotions are actually driving your adrenal glands without you knowing it. And when that happens, your adrenal glands go into exhaustion,
right? And
you experience something called adrenal fatigue and thyroid imbalance. And with adrenal fatigue and thyroid imbalance, you get a cortisol imbalance. And with that, what happens is you get more anxiety, depression, brain chemical imbalance, swelling, water retention, so weight gain.
Weight gain?
Weight gain happens because with a cortisol imbalance, one, you burn fat much less. Number two, you get more insulin resistance, right? And number three, you get water retention. And all those things make people gain weight. And of course, with the cortisol imbalance, you also get a hormonal imbalance. So you get estrogen dominance, progesterone deficiency. So you get more PMS symptoms, breast tenderness, gas, bloating, anxiety, insomnia, irritability, you name it. So all these things can actually come from unfinished emotions as well as from inflammation due to unhealthy foods like too much wheat, dairy, gluten. So it's all interconnected.
So then how do you start to heal the body? Because all of us, me included, those of you watching this show, we have all been through shit and back. Let's be honest. And the more that you live, the more trauma you're going to have come through.
Yeah, the more shit you accumulate, really, right?
Healing.
So first thing, so in my online program and in my book, I always start with healing the gut. Yeah, so we have to heal the gut because, see, you have an intestine that's like a nice lining, kept healthy by good bacteria and good food. And over time, with antibiotic use, poor diet, etc., the good bacteria get killed off, the lining gets damaged, and you get holes in your intestines, right? And that's called leaky gut syndrome. And with that, toxins go into your bloodstream and cause inflammation everywhere in your body, leading cause for asthma, eczema, arthritis, a lot of chronic conditions, including mental health problems. And so in my online course, I teach you how to heal the gut using probiotics, vitamin D, special amino acids, special homeopathic remedies, herbs, supplements, etc. And of course, changing your foods. So I have a whole list of anti-inflammatory or low allergenic foods in the online course. And this helps stabilize your gut so you have less inflammation, less toxicity in your body. That's step number one. Number two, which most people forget about, is treating the liver. Because your liver is really, the most important organ in your body, which most people forget about talking about in all online events, is the liver.
Okay, let's talk the liver.
Okay.
Why is it so important? And it seems like it might be the hardest thing to heal.
It's the easiest thing to heal. It's the best thing to heal. So the liver produces bile. And bile is this juice that gets squeezed into the intestine. And now, if you have inflammation in your body, your liver becomes inflamed as well. So it gets more stagnant. It produces less bile. So with less bile being produced, you get more gas, bloating, constipation, and a worsening of leaky gut syndrome and inflammation, right? Because you have a backup of toxins. Now, most people make the mistake of taking laxatives for constipation. Usually constipation is a lack of bile flow.
Yes.
Yeah. And you got to treat the liver to get rid of constipation in 99% of the cases. Now, in Chinese medicine, also the liver is the master controller of hormones. And most people don't know this, right? And so if you have PMS symptoms, etc., well, if you have an imbalanced liver, you're going to get more estrogen dominance, progesterone deficiency, breast tenderness, gas, bloating. All these things go hand in hand, right? And also liver stagnation leads to emotional issues, emotional upsets, irritability, anxiety, depression. All these things come from the liver as well.
Wow.
Yeah. And so in the online course, of course, I give you the right remedies to detoxify your liver. You might have heard of some like milk thistle or bitter foods. Bitter foods really help your liver squeeze bile out. And then there's certain homeopathic remedies that I love using that really go in there and stimulate the liver cells to release all those toxins. And you also have to heal the liver cells because remember, your liver is detoxifying toxins. And so it's always exposed to toxic damage, free radical damage, oxidative stress. So you need your antioxidants. You need special herbs to help go in there and repair the liver cells so it stays strong and healthy and it can function better. Otherwise, you get weak liver cells, fatty liver disease. All these things go wrong in the liver if you don't keep it healthy with the right foods and supplements. Now,
so the liver, though, you use the supplements, but like, are there certain foods that I should eat that would help me heal the liver?
Absolutely. So bitter foods, number one.
Like lemons, limes.
And more rocket, arugula, things that in Indian we say something called Karela, which is bitter gourd. Anything bitter will usually stimulate bile flow and help your liver detox, number one. Number two, the brassica family, the broccolis and the Brussels sprouts and all those, they have a sulfur compound that helps with a certain phase of liver detoxification. So those are super important also to have to help your liver. Number three, of course, reducing inflammation. Get rid of the inflammatory foods because even though...
Let's list them off, like kind of 5 or 6.
Typically, it's wheat, too much wheat or gluten, dairy products, too much beef, too much alcohol, the birth control pill, too many antibiotics, too much sugar. Even soy sauce sometimes can be inflammatory for some people. So the soy sauce has a lot of gluten. Now, coffee, the problem with coffee, I find coffee has a lot of health benefits according to science. With my clients, though, I find that coffee somehow interferes with their liver function sometimes. And coffee also stimulates the adrenal glands, which is the third organ I always treat. And so if you're exhausted, you've gone through emotional stress, adrenal exhaustion, and you start stimulating, you have a stimulant like caffeine, you're going to burn out your adrenal glands even more, right? And you don't want to stimulate yourself. You want to nourish yourself. You want to collapse. You want to rest and rejuvenate rather than stimulate yourself. And most people cannot get out of bed or function in the day without their coffee because they're likely burnt out and they don't realize that. And so by taking a break from the coffee and using adrenal nourishing herbs, yeah, and I talk about these in the online course, B complexes, ashwagandha, rhodiola, there's so many out there that really nourish the adrenal system back to balance, back to health. So you feel that glow in your skin and your eyes, and you just feel more vital, right? So one is get rid of inflammation, heal the gut. Number two, then go and detoxify the liver. You can detoxify the liver and heal the gut at the same time. It's a good idea. And then once you're clean and less inflamed, then you go and build up that adrenal system, right? And for people interested in weight loss, of course, that will also help you lose weight because one, when you reduce inflammation, you basically manage cortisol levels, you reduce water retention, etc. And when you support your adrenal system, your metabolism improves, it kicks up, and your thyroid levels improve. So now you're burning fat much faster.
Much easier. Okay, so you guys, Dr. Ameet has been so kind to give you a free video course to talk more about this, right? So make sure you guys click the link there and do that. And you talked about your online course. You've done a traditional practice for a long time, but recently you've been doing this online space. What made you start to look at this and say, I can take this and practice online?
So I teach around the world and I've lectured to many schools, different schools. So I have this whole protocol that I use about physical healing, like we talked about, and emotional release techniques. And I went through anxiety and depression and breakups and suicidal thoughts myself and burnout. And because of psychotherapy school, I found out that it was super important to also heal the emotions. Yeah, using tapping techniques, something called EMDR, family constellations, all these things to release the adrenal glands from that chronic stress. So through my own experience and experience with patients and teaching around the world, I had a program right in my hands that was so easy to pass on electronically, and that people love it when they take it themselves. It's like step-by-step instructions that are so clear that the results are almost immediate. Because what I found was the course was safe, meaning I was just healing the basic protocols of health, and so many problems were going away. Healing the gut, the liver, the adrenal system, and releasing emotions. So no complex medications, nothing like that, right? It was so simple. And then I wanted to do mobile clinics for communities. And so I thought I need some income, some passive income, so that I can go and focus on community work or do more research on emotional healing, right? So I was very inspired to write a book, create an online course that gets people better while if I'm not available to them, and then I can go and do more community work. Yeah, because I want to teach this medicine in remote areas in Kenya and Africa and around the world. Because holistic medicine is like a luxury medicine for a lot of people, yeah? However, if you look at it, it's really inexpensive to change your diet, yeah, to eat the right foods. And that's why I created the online course, really, to give a chance for people to take health in their own hands, to get the basics. And then if they want to work deeper with me, to do the deeper emotional work, one-on-one coaching, then I can do that, especially after they've healed the foundations of health, you know. And people save a lot of money when they take online courses because they get the nitty-gritty, and the online course really simplifies the basics of health for them, so they're more in charge of their health, and they can work with any doctor more intelligently, and they spend less on supplements. You see?
Right. So
most people spend too much on supplements.
One of the things that I know is challenging for a lot of these people that are thinking about building an online business is where to start. And where did you think was smart for you to start?
Where to start? Oh my God. Okay.
I know.
One is I wrote a book, and that was like, it was a bestseller on Amazon like 5 times. And so that brought a lot of traffic to my website.
And that's key, the traffic.
The traffic is key. You got to get traffic. I was very lucky. Trudy Scott, she specializes in anxiety as well. She invited me to do an interview on one of these online webinars. And that opened the door to a lot of traffic as well. So getting onto podcasts, getting onto talks like these. And so people trust your information because it makes sense, and they're willing to come and listen to your story, to come to your website, to take your course, to read your book, because there's valuable information. So you got to know your stuff, right? I mean, make sure you know your stuff and present something concrete, not just random pieces of advice. Give something that's usable for people.
That's key.
So like when people go to my website, they can watch this free mini course that teaches you the basics of your health. And then you have the option of getting the online course to learn the exact remedies, to put this information into practice. It's a concrete method, one. And then investing in software, in YouTube videos. So I have a lot of YouTube videos where I have over 1,000 subscribers. So they get familiar with the materials. So they trust you, right? They get familiar with your name. And that also helps your online presence a lot. So put some material out there, write blogs, write a book, then get the videos out there. And like, I hate making videos, I'll be honest with you. Right? I re-record 20 times before I release something, and it's burnout time when I'm recording videos, but do it.
We gotta talk later. I can help you with that.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Don't be shy. Get your iPhone. I invested in a little tripod and a mic. I can put the links of all these things that I got.
I got it all. I mean, it's easy, but it's like that basic, you got to make a little bit of investment and just start doing it, right?
Just start doing it. Get friends to record you in the beginning. And that generated traffic. And then that traffic went to my landing page, and then people watch my free online course. And then if they resonate with it, then they're convinced to get the full program because they realize the right remedies are in the program rather than just random supplements. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I narrowed down the exact supplements and the homeopathic remedies and the emotional release techniques you need to get better without wasting excessive money on unnecessary supplements. People are using supplements and naturopathic medicine suppressively to manage symptoms rather than treat the root cause. And that's the mistake a lot of people are doing when it comes to their health.
Don't manage the systems. Don't manage the symptoms. Find the root cause, not only for your health, but for also your business.
Absolutely. Yeah, because if you're wasting money on supplements, you're losing money, you have less money to invest in your business.
There you go. Hey, Dr. Ameet, thank you so much for being on the show today. So great. You guys, make sure you go ahead and click the link, grab his free course. You're going to learn so much. I'm really excited. And make sure you check your email for 2 more amazing speakers. See you next time.
Thanks for listening. Remember, you can go deeper in your healing with amazing remedies and therapies covered in your free online course and ebook on drameet.com. That's drameet.com. Lots of love and thank you. God bless.